CRM. And CRM is customer relationship management. So it's typically for stuff that, if you go and apply, I always explain it this way. If you go and apply for a new account or you go to the bank, then all of a sudden you get follow-up emails from them, and welcoming letters from them. That is CRM. It's stuff that runs automatically.
Okay.
So you have to think about what CRM do we want. Before you implement it, you can make it inactive first and decide very clearly what you want the CRM to do for you. Because the minute you activate it, it starts running. Okay. I'm going to start. First, what you will do is you will create a profile. And you can have different profiles. So I have an accommodation one, activity one, big events one, conference one, ticketed events, and a weddings one. If you want to create more action, create new. So I'm still going to call this my baby shower CRM. I make it inactive until I finish the setup, so that I just first complete the full setup and then only I will activate the CRM. Because the minute it's active, it will start running. So
Okay.
just always keep that in mind. Make it inactive first, set it up, sit and decide with the team what you want the CRM to do for you, and then you start with your reminders. So
Okay.
first I'm going to say my first reminder, and I'm going to go into my examples now so that you can see the different options. To say, follow up on quote. So this in the subscription, in the header, it's going to give the booking details, the event description, and it's going to say follow up on quote. Then time triggers works like that. Before the event starts, I can set it up. So let's say before the event starts in hours. Okay. So let's say it's a week, so it's 168 hours. It's still in quote. Okay. Or if I can say follow up with a quote, so I can say after a status is set, 24 hours, it's still in the quote status. The value trigger is nothing. So that is if you trigger values, and I'll explain all of them now, to say if no deposit was received, the booking can also be deleted automatically.
Okay.
So this one is an easy one. Follow up on quote. After status is set, so after I made the quote, 24 hours after it's still in quote, I don't care if I received money yet. I'm not going to change the booking status. I'm going to mail the user. I'm going to open that one. And I'm going to give the user some details. If you don't want to mail yourself, you don't have to have information in there. I'm just copying and pasting at the moment because I'm too lazy to type.
Okay.
Okay, so mail the user a reminder to follow up with a client, up with this client. So you can type in any message here. Okay, you can remind yourself if you don't want the system to send it to the client, you can just send yourself a reminder. And you can use all the variable fields that you can use in Q2B in here. The event name, the start date, and all of that. Okay. So this is just a follow-up on a quote. Then I say mail the customer, so that I can, that's also a choice that I can do. Mail him the quote again and add this full message in there. So whatever your message is, you can add a full message in here.
Okay.
So then the system is, after I've made a quote, 24 hours, it's still in quote status. It will remind me, it will mail the customer, attach the quote, and say thank you for inquiring with us. This is just a quick follow-up on the quote we presented to you 24 hours ago. Please note the deposit will confirm your booking. You can type in anything in here. If you have the SMS integration, you can even send them an SMS.
Okay.
Okay. These ones I'm going to explain now in a more complicated one. Now, if it's a baby shower and you can link it, let's say you've got a revenue group, okay, and that's your main revenue group for baby showers. So you can link it. I don't have one, so I'm going to create one. Okay, so my revenue group, I'm going to say for my baby showers, use this CRM profile and use this feedback questions if it's a baby shower.
Okay.
Right. So let's do a more complicated one. Accommodation. Now I set up a few rules here. So I said 48 hours before arrival, the final payment is due. But it can be anything. So
Okay.
let's say you have 7 days before the wedding, the final amount is due. You can also have it like that. So I say before the event starts, 48 hours. It's already in invoice status because they paid me a deposit. I don't care about the value trigger, so it's not going to trigger anything. I'm not going to change the status. I'm going to mail myself, mail the customer, add the invoice in, and send them this email. Then also, I want to maybe do the flower or the DJ guy, and I can say miscellaneous, including reservation, and I can add multiple emails in here, and I can also write a message to them.
Okay.
So let's say, for instance, I'll come back to the let's do a.
Would I be able to send a customer something quickly?
Yes,
I just,
you're welcome.
I'm expecting her deposit today, and I just want to get a couple
Okay,
of things to her quickly, if you don't mind.
okay,
Sorry.
no problem.
Zoom. Okay. I just want to.
While you're busy with that, I'm going to forward a mail to Payfast.
Okay. Sorry.
No, no, no.
Really sorry.
I said business must go on.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All done.
Okay. So in my weddings profile, I've set up a couple of different ones. So let's say, for instance, you require, I don't know how your deposits work. Is the fixed amount or?
Well, generally we require a booking fee to secure the dates, which is a 5,000 Rand booking fee.
So it's a fixed amount. Okay.
Yes.
So you can say for you it will be a fixed amount due. Okay. So mine is now just on 50% deposit required to confirm your wedding reservation. You can type in anything in there. So
Okay.
after status is set, 7 days that is here. So it's in hours. Okay. Or I can make it after quote, I can make it 72 hours. It must be in quote status still. And then we get to the value triggers. Okay. So I'll explain all of these different value triggers, and I'll also send you a list of the explanation on them because you're not going to remember everything I said. So I
Okay.
said, if he's paid less than a 30%, okay, less than a percentage of the total, 30%, send it to him. Send me a reminder. You don't have to. Okay. Send the customer. Attach the invoice. You don't have to. It's a choice. Or the quote. You can mail any attachment that you've got uploaded. You can also select that to go with.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm just saying, dear customer, please note we require, so yours will be a fixed amount. Deposit to confirm your wedding venue for your wedding reservation. Blah, 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 blah. And you can use any of the variable fields available in the manual. Then I also, in my weddings, I want to mail, and what you must always be included is maybe my kitchen, the decor, the DJ, the decor lady, the flower person, whatever, you can decide. This is the message I want to send, and I can also send them a full message. And I can say, if they receive this message, please note we still await deposit from client. Right. And then they also get a notification and to see that, okay, that date is not confirmed yet. Good. So then you can now say, after I receive that payment, okay, I can say 40% payment due. I can remind them again. And then I can say, after that payment is received, thank you for your payment. Your reservation is now confirmed. Good.
Okay.
So let me just see if I've got one. Yeah, here's one. So yeah, I'm saying thank you for your payment. So now they've paid the 50%. The system can see, oh, the 50% was paid. Then it will send them a thank you for your payment. Your booking is now confirmed. So after payment, 24 hours, it's now an invoice status. And you don't worry about the payment now because you got the 50%. Okay. I say no triggers. I'm not going to change the status. And I'm going to say blah, blah, blah to myself, to the client. And I'm going to say thank you for your payment. Please note the final payment will be due, blah, blah, blah. And I can type in anything in here. So now once they've paid me that 50%, the system can automatically send them a notification to say that the booking is confirmed. Thank you for your 50% deposit. So there's different value triggers that you can set up. Okay. So I'm going to go into this one. So, okay, we've got after a status is set. So after you made a quote or invoice or inquiry, you can set it like that. So that is what after a status is set. It looks at the date and time that a specific status was set. So when that booking starts, it looks in the booking date. And they get the booking date from the header in a booking.
Okay.
Okay, so the system will look at this date. So what this reminder will do, 72 hours after that, it can then after status is set, okay, so it will look at that date and then what did I say now? What's the value? 72 hours. So after I made the quote from that day, 72 hours, it will then send out this message. Okay, so before event start, so let's say you want to send them a final invoice before the event start, it can be 14 days, or it can be 7 days, it can be 21 days. I don't know how you guys work and what's your rules and terms and conditions. So you can even send them before an event start, so many hours before the event start. It's in completed or in invoice status. Okay, because your invoice, if there's still an amount outstanding, it will not be in completed status. So it's in your invoice status. Okay, and then I can say paid less than 50%. I'm
Okay.
not going to change the booking, mail myself, mail the customer, and say to the customer, your final amount is now due. We look
Okay.
forward to serve you. Your final amount is now due. Okay. The only thing that you must remember, Anya, is what it stands for. So before event start, it looks at the start date and time of the reservation header. So that's before that event will start. What do you want to communicate with the customer? Send them the pre-check-in link, send them the final amount with the invoice or welcoming note or something like that. After status is set means just after I made it an invoice, please send the confirmation then to them. Or after I made a quote, follow up on the quote 24 hours after the quote. Good. So after status is set. Then after payment. So after payment, I can say, let's say after I've uploaded a payment, 24 hours or 12 hours, after I've uploaded a payment invoice, then I don't, if it's fully paid or whatever, I don't worry about the value trigger. I want to say to them, after payment, I want to say thank you for your payment. Your booking is now confirmed. Okay. So that is what after payment. So the minute you upload a payment on the system, 24 hours after that, it will send them a thank you for your payment.
Okay.
Okay. That's what after payment will do for you. Okay. So trigger is always true. So if you leave it at none, it doesn't look at any amounts here.
Okay.
Okay. So if, let's say for instance, your deposit is 50% and I'm only giving you 10%, it will go and it will see, oh, they've only paid 10%, now you still owe me money, and it will can send them a message to say, please note, we require a full 50% deposit. Yours will be a fixed value. Okay. So once you've thought of what do I want the CRM to do for me, we can again arrange a online meeting. You can start it, you can set it up, don't activate it, and then we go through it together. Make sure everything is correct and it's going to work correct what you want to achieve with it, and then we activate it.
Okay.
So paid less than a percentage of the total. So they paid less than what they're supposed to pay. So let's say my deposit is 50%, They paid less than that, so I'm going to remind them they have to pay more. Paid less than a fixed amount. Okay, so a fixed amount is I require 5,000 Rand from you. You haven't paid your fixed amount. Okay, or they've paid the fixed value, so I can also set it after payment, and they've paid a fixed amount. Okay, and the value is 5,000 Rand. Send them now a nice email to say your wedding booking is now confirmed. Thank you for your 5,000 Rand deposit.
Okay.
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 Then a deposit paid. So also, if you set up your deposits on the booking, and you've got a wedding booking, and you set up your weddings, and it will automatically be a 5,000 Rand deposit due here. So automatically, the system will pick up there's a 5,000 Rand because it's a wedding customer. Then the system can automatically see when they've paid the deposit. So now in the CRM, I can say, if I received your fixed amount, why was I now that I go out? If I received your fixed amount, value trigger, deposit paid, okay, or deposit or a fixed amount, say 5,000 Rand, send them a thank you and say, we received your 5,000 Rand. Your booking is confirmed. You can even remind them. So before or after status is set, it's an invoice status. The deposit is paid or not paid or less than so many percentage that you get, then you can remind them to say, please pay. Even if they fully paid, you can then send them a confirmation and say your invoice is now fully paid. Thank you. Then when it's in invoice status, it's fully paid. The system can automatically put it to completed status.
Okay.
Right. So you take a lot of the admin work away if you do it this way. So you can also, if you set up that check-in, pre-check-in, and you use that electronic check-in app, you can also add a check-in here. So the only thing is that you must always remember what this is for. So the deposit paid, if the deposit was paid, I can say thank you for your deposit, your booking is now confirmed. If they fully paid, you can also say your bill is now fully paid or your invoice is fully paid. We're looking forward to serve you.
Okay.
If you only want to also send it to yourself, okay, and you just want to send it to yourself to say they fully paid and not the customer, the CRM can also work like that.
Okay.
Okay. Then, um,
Hello?
I,
Oh.
so how the CRM works, it is linked to a revenue group. And in a booking, this is where you choose your revenue group. So whatever CRM I'm linking to this booking, that CRM will run for this booking.
Okay.
Okay. And it works like that. So you've got your revenue groups. We're going to go into yours now. Then I'm going to say for my weddings revenue group, use this CRM profile and use this feedback questions. And now it will run only for those. For my corporate accommodation, run accommodation CRM and accommodation feedback questions.
Okay.
Yeah. For my functions, just standard functions, also run the wedding CRM and run the functions feedback questions. Yeah, so you can set it up any way that you want to. The only thing is that you must remember is those triggers. What do you want the CRM to do with those triggers for you? Then, what's awesome about the CRM, now I can come here and say, what's going on with all my weddings? Okay? and I can pull weddings, and I can say only my weddings profile. And which ones do I want? All the open ones or on a specific user, okay, in the system, or on everybody, all the open weddings. Completed means the booking is over and done, and you can mark the CRM as well in the booking as completed. So there's all my weddings now. I can see please finalize function sheet. Okay, I can type in notes in here. I followed up with blah, 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 and she's going to do this, and she's going to do that, and blah, 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 and the final payment will be paid on the day of the arrival. So
Okay.
if I tick that there, on that little tick box, it's going to close up this, it's going to be in completed status. It means I want to stop it. I don't want to remind Sarah and John because they made an arrangement with me that they're going to pay the final amount on the day of arrival.
Okay.
Okay. I can also, now let's say you want to put it towards your accountant, and my accountant is Sunny Botha. I can throw it on there. She can pull her own CRM report and she can see all the notes that you made.
Okay.
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 So full report, you can say create new CRM note. You can export it to Excel or you can print all your weddings and what's going on with them and all the notes on them.
Okay.
Okay. So if I go here, save and exit. So if I, for instance, want to say on my conferences, all the open ones, generate report. These all my conferences. And I followed up, so now I'm going to give it to my accountant because they haven't paid the outstanding amount. And the deposit is paid, so now Marianda wants to know about it. And then I must remind Nico because he's our food and beverage manager that the customer still didn't confirm the menu. A deposit is paid, so my accountant wants to know about it. Called for final payment. My accountant wants to see what I've done here. And I can say I've called again, they're not paying, blah, 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 blah. And I can type a full Bible in there.
Okay.
But now, under reminders, so now Susan comes in, she says, oh, she's responsible, let's say, for all. Okay. She's responsible for all the payments to come in. She pulls one on her own name, or Susan, not Sunny Botha. And she says, which are all the completed? I want all of them. And there's all the ones that's in her name.
Okay.
Okay. Now she can see, oh, they're really struggling. Here's a note from Leanne. She's really struggling to get the final payment out of these clients. So maybe I must just send in my terms and conditions again. She can also export or print this report, and she's got all the bookings that's on her name and that is still in the system. These ones that stick here is the completed ones, and the open ones, meaning there's still problems on there and we haven't received the money, is unticked. So if I started the report and I said all the revenue groups, all of that, only for Sunny and only open ones. It will only show the open bookings. So in a booking, if I don't want to send us customer reminders, they've already made arrangements. And I said, customer made arrangements to pay 10,000 Rand per month. Okay. I can put a note in there. And if I tick that little tick box there and says no reminders, the CRM will not run for this customer.
Okay.
Okay, because I've made arrangements. We all agreed that they're going to pay 10,000 Rand a month payment. I don't want the CRM to run for them and keep reminding them they owe me money.
Mm-hmm.
So I can now stop the CRM. I can also make a note on the CRM. And I can say action, create new. And I can say custom made payment arrangements to pay 10,000 Rand per month. Okay? And who wants to know this and who's going to be responsible for it? Susan or Sunny Botha, she's my accountant. I can put a whole email in there from the client. So we're going to copy my email here on the top. And I can say this is the arrangement where we confirmed that that's the arrangement. I can click on completed and then also the CRM will stop running for this client. So if
Okay.
you forget in a booking to go and tick it, you can also mark it here or leave it open and make a note on the booking. Go. And then the reminders will not run for this client. But now Sunny comes to the CRM. She goes to the reminders. She says, I want my weddings. And I want all the open and closed ones. And only for myself. Which one am I responsible for? Okay, so there's it added with the note, customized payment arrangements. There's the whole email in where we confirmed. And now Sunny can say, okay, tick this one, we'll mark it as completed, or leave it open until we receive the full amount.
Okay.
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 So if you start, it sounds very complicated, but it's not that complicated. You must just, as a company, decide what is the CRM I want to do. You can also, let's say, for instance, I have done one. So I said, no confirmation received on quote presented. Okay. I said, after a status is set, 350 hours after a status was set, it's still unquoted. A deposit is paid, 0. Put the booking in deleted status. Mail myself. Put a note in so the booking is now deleted. Mail the customer. Here's the customer one. Somebody took my email out. Fantastic. Mail the customer and say to the customer, your booking is now deleted due to no payment.
Okay.
Please note, if you still want the booking, you need to contact us and we can reinstate the quote. So you can do a full email for them. Okay. I can also say 72 hours after payment, I received no money, less than 1%, so I didn't get anything. Delete the booking, mail the user, and mail them this message to say, your reservation were deleted due to non-payment of the required amount of deposit. Please see our cancellation policy, blah, 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 blah. And you can mail them. Some of my students took out my stuff. Doesn't look so great anymore. Okay. But you can even take the booking from quote and put it in deleted status, from invoice put it in completed status. And it can do all of those things for you manually. Follow up with the quotes, follow up with the outstanding amounts on weddings, etc.
Okay.
I want to see if I've got a difference. So 7 days prior to arrival, full payment is now. So I said 7 days before the event start. It's in hours, 7 days. It's in invoice status still. I don't want to trigger any values because it's already now 7 days prior to value. The final payment is due. And I'm going to mail myself. I'm going to mail the customer and say, attach you to, please note your final payment is now due.
When you say mail the customer, I see that it says dear and customer first name?
Yeah, these are what we call,
automatically put the name that's
yes.
needed, or
So
do
this
you?
is what we call variable fields in the system. In the admin training, you'll see there is quite a lot of variable fields that you can use. And then the system will go, if he recognizes the variable field, it will
Yeah.
go and put Dear Henriette Krause, Thank you for booking at Riverside Castle, blah, blah, blah. Your event name, start date, end date. And when we say if your final payment is now due, we even have a link where you can download the invoice if you don't want to attach it to a mail. This is examples, and you can add all of that information in here. And they will receive it like a normal email, and they will receive it and say, oh, okay, the final payment is now due.
Okay, so if it recognizes the variable field, they'll put in the names automatically. I won't have to be like, go inside this mail and then say,
Yeah,
dear Jonathan or whoever.
no, it will automatically pick up the name
Oh, awesome.
from the booking. So that's what we call variable fields. If you want to under help, you can download that manual for our next training sessions. It's all under that manual. There's on page 22 or 25, I think. All the variable fields that you can use in Q2B is in the manual.
Okay.
I just sprayed before I started with you because I thought I'm not going to let these mosquitoes attack me again and I'll see the first one again.
They attack you the same day, same time.
Yeah, I
Same
sprayed
time every
myself.
day.
I sprayed this whole office and I see the first one attacking me again.
I don't think that stuff works, hey, because I even put some on my daughter and like 3 different ones and they still bit her. I was scared to go get her a mosquito net.
No, I'm telling you, they go for you.
So I don't think
Okay,
the spraying them
so,
helps.
yeah, so let's go to yours and see, and we're not going to activate anything. Okay, so let's say weddings profile. So he started setting up a wedding profile, but it's active. Do you see that? Follow
Yes.
up on a quote after status is set.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
it's the follow up on quote. So after status is set, 120 hours after it's been a quote, no value trigger, no change of the status, mail the user. Follow up on quote. Quote is 5 days old. Okay. Mail the customer, attach the quote, and this is what Tony is currently saying to them. Dear, blah, 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 that's correct. Thank you for having inquired at Riverside Castle venue. You see, he could have used actually the venue name in there, but it's fine. He typed it in. This is follow up on the quotation you received and would like to answer any questions you may have, blah, 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 or amend it. I urge you to consider setting up your venue viewing appointment to come and view, blah, blah, blah. For booking, please do not reply to this mail. Okay, accommodation. And now what you can also do in here, so you can copy that email, insert link, paste the link, and then it's a hyperlink.
Okay.
Then when the customer gets the email, they can click on it and it's automatically a hyperlink.
That's cool.
Okay, and I can reply to Tony. I don't know why Tony is doing so many spaces in between his stuff. He's because I see maybe I don't know, maybe so he's got this one and it's up and running. So he's getting it probably follow up on quote. And he's following up on the quote when it's 5 days old.
Okay.
So that's great. Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new one. Okay. Ticket inactive. First, that's why I start off. So you say it's a fixed deposit required to confirm your wedding booking. Ne?
um, would it necessarily? Are we just doing it for weddings, or should we just
No,
say
it's
bookings
under
because
the
we
wedding
can do
profile.
functions and stuff?
Yeah, I'm working under his wedding profile now.
The wedding one. Okay, yeah, then.
Okay. So you say the time trigger. So after status is set, how long after you change it from, or is it going to stay in a quote? Um, and then they pay their 5,000 rand, and then they, so after he's following up on the quote, okay?
Yes.
So let's think about it. He's already following up on the quote. So if they pay 5,000 rand deposit, is it then confirmed?
Yes. Then the booking's confirmed, and then we log the booking on the system, and we send the payment to Nicolette, and then she takes over from there.
No. So this one, you can actually say fixed deposit required to confirm your booking. You can change that wording. So after we receive the payment, so let's say 24 hours after we receive the payment, it's now in invoice status. Okay. I'm just going to say to them, now let's change this one to make more sense. Thank you for your fixed deposit required to confirm your wedding booking. So after payment, 24 hours, it's in invoice status. I'm going to mail them. I can add the invoice in again if I want to. Okay. And I'm going to send them a message. And now I want to go back to his message to copy it. So he started off good with this one. He's already doing one. That's good. And now we say thank you for your 5,000 rand or the fixed deposit or whatever you want to call it. Let's leave the 5,000 in there. 5,000 rand fixed deposit. And then you can say, we're looking forward to hosting your wedding at Riverside Castle, blah, blah, blah. And then you can remove this. So you can easily set up once, okay? And you can remove this because now they've already must viewed the place, blah, blah, blah. So, and you can maybe adjust this note, but I'm going to leave it inactive. So the CRM, so he's got this one active, this one is inactive. Do you see there at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's go and look at your reminders currently in the system. So let's go for weddings and all. So there's all your weddings. Quite a lot because it's not, you see, now he's only following up on a quote, but he leaves the quote open. So what you should do on your CRM is you should say, if I had no response in 3 months,
Yes.
take a quote and put it in deleted status. Because how long do you give them to pay the 5,000 rand?
Ooh, that could. That answer, it depends. They could pay on the day or they come back to me in the next 5 months and
But
be
you
like,
see now how many he's got open here.
yes.
It's because he's got a profile now to follow up on the quote. Okay. But he should set one up to say, if they didn't pay the deposit, okay,
Yes.
they take the quote, put it in deleted status.
Okay.
Don't mail the customer, just put it in deleted status.
Okay.
Because
you can always take it out again, right?
yes,
You
so
come back to
if
anyway.
they come back, okay, if they come back and they say, oh no, we want to get married at Riverside Castle. We decided there now to get married, and you cannot find a booking here. And you're looking for Krause. And you say, oh my goodness, now that wedding booking is gone. You know, it's not. You can go to delete it and you can find Krause.
Sorry, Hendrix. Is it okay if I answer this call?
You're welcome.
Thank you. Riverside Castle, Leanne speaking. How may I help you? I'm well, and you? Yes. Wow. Okay. I did not expect that at all. I did not expect that. Okay. Okay, let me check. Okay, the 14th. How many guests? How many guests? Max, 12 max. Ooh, because our Fairy Woods is our smallest venue. It takes up max 30 guests, but it has been booked for tomorrow. And the only other venue that could possibly work would be our Piazza, but that goes up to 150 guests. I know you could bra there, but it's a massive venue. It would not suit 12 people max, if that makes any sense. It's really a huge venue. For that amount of people, I don't know. You'd feel lost. And our smallest venue and our second smallest venue are both booked for that day. Yes, there is a bra outside, but the venue is massive. If you give me your cell phone number, I could possibly send you photos, but okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me send you photos and maybe we can take it from there on WhatsApp. Okay, on a Saturday, it would be roundabout estimates about 12,000 Rand just for the venue. Yeah, it's massive. The venue's huge. But what is your budget actually? Because it is tomorrow and I highly doubt that we're gonna book it out. So maybe I can give you a better price. 2.5. Even our smallest venue doesn't cost that amount. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let me see what I can do and then okay, let me see what I can do and maybe I'll let you know. It's a pleasure. Enjoy your day. Okay, bye. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye. Ooh, that's not gonna work. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. So they will always find it here. So let's say this is now my wedding one. And now I try to reinstate it and I go, oh, now put it in the invoice. This customer wants to do this wedding. Okay.
Yes.
And it's now wedding for Yanni and Sandy. And I want to do it, but now when I want to reinstate it and the chapel is booked out, it will give me that ugly pink notice here to say you cannot book the chapel from 2 to 4 because it's already booked out.
Okay.
Good. So you will always find the booking under the reservation list in deleted status, and you can now change it back to invoice status, and it will warn you if the rooms or the chapel has been booked out, and then you can mail the client.
Okay. Okay, that's awesome that it can warn us.
Yeah. Good. It will warn you if look. Let me do it and show you what it looks like. Yeah, let's say for instance I want to add that chapel again, and I say, but you selected from here. Hey?
Yes.
Yo, I don't know how you guys keep track on what days or whatever.
Yeah, because it's well, okay, so the first one is like our prices vary from
Yeah,
2023 to 2020. I think we go all the way up to 2026 weddings. And our prices vary on weekdays. So that's Monday to Thursday, then
yeah.
Fridays and Sundays, and Saturday rates for our venues.
Okay, now how did he set it up? Is there two chapels in your venue setup?
Because the chapel is the only venue we share, so there'll be a morning session which will take place from 8 to 11 a.m. And then the
Hmm?
afternoon session is 2 to 4 p.m., which is generally for our main reception only.
Oh, okay.
So it allows us to have two weddings, or if they decide to have their chapel set up in our conference room, it
Yeah,
allows us to have three weddings actually running on the day if possible, unless they have their ceremony on their venue without the chapel.
yeah.
It all depends.
Okay, let's try it's standard room, nee. Standard room one.
Well,
Yeah, I
no,
just
they'll
wanna
generally put that in the process and then they'll bring up the
yeah,
price.
I just wanna try something, yeah.
Okay.
See, there, it was will stop you there to say this room was already booked.
Oh, okay.
So you cannot rebook it again.
Okay.
Okay. So even if you go save, it will not continue to make another booking on that room. I just want to try something again, yeah, because this will help us next week. Want is
Okay.
oh, I see here that he's got that one, but there's only one of that one chapel, so it's so six. Oh,
Yes.
there you go. Okay, so if I retry to book that chapel now again, it will say chapel 224 already reserved, blah blah blah, last reservation, and on that reservation number.
Okay.
So you cannot rebook it. So if you reinstate it and this chapel is somewhere on another booking, lying on another booking already, it will give you the pink notification here to say this chapel cannot be reinstated because on this booking, because it's booked on that booking number.
Okay.
So it will never allow you to book out the chapel twice. So even if they deleted the booking, they come and reinstate it, it will give you a warning to say, no, sorry, that chapel is already sold from 224 to somebody else.
Okay.
Okay. So your CRM reminders, I just want to check something. So he's got weddings. Okay, so here he set it up. So for weddings, use this wedding profile, the CRM profile, and use that default questions in the feedback.
Okay.
Okay, so he still needs to do conference. You can see conference is not set up. Functions, accommodation, event, Sunday lunch, self-catering, basic decor remain inactive, baby shower, birthday, year-end function, matric dance, photo shoot. So the revenue groups are here, but you have to come and tell the revenue group, use this profile for CRM and use this feedback for this profile.
Okay.
I just want to check the default feedback that is set up. You've got quite a lot of revenue categories. Um, but if you start, then it works awesome. How was your experience? Oh, he's got all these questions. So your default is actually set up very nicely. You can use it actually for all of your functions and stuff except your rooms and your self-catering. Because
Yeah.
they say, how would you rate the food? In your self-catering, you won't have that question. Accommodation, you won't have those questions. He's got two. Oh, he's deleted all the questions. Oh, shit. So it goes out empty to the customers.
Oh.
I'm going to stop this first, okay?
Okay.
Because currently it goes now blank to the customers.
Oh.
Yep.
That's terrible.
So it goes out to them with no questions and I cannot answer the feedback. Shit, thank God I looked at it now. Okay, so then he set up this feedback, function feedback. So maybe he wanted to change that one. So let's rectify it because the wrong one is going out. That one, activated. Okay, and then we're going to, let me just keep that open. Feedback profiles, function feedback. How is your manager? And all the questions are active. Okay, so it's just a step you must. So for the weddings CRM, you have to use that CRM and not that feedback, this one.
Okay.
I'm going to change that one's name, feedback profiles. Uh, no, because he deleted all the questions. Do you see here? There's little arrows here.
Yes.
So all the questions are dead. So this is your function feedback that he set up and you must use for the weddings. But luckily we've got that one right. Okay. And you can also use that same questions. Ah, now I closed it again. Let's check his questions. How was your interaction with the function manager? How would you rate your, was the food prepared to your requirements? Was the setup done to your requirements? Was the staff friendly? Would you recommend River Castle to your friends? So you can actually set up for conference that same feedback. Hmm?
Okay.
No, the person that's maybe, yeah, because how was your initial inquiry? Staff and friendly. You can set up the same for those questions for conferencing.
Okay. Because I
Function,
have one that I'm sending out, asking them about like how was the inquiries, food, and all of that. But that's through WhatsApp though.
this one that goes to them, so they're probably
Hard.
thinking, are these people crazy because they're sending me a thing to complete and then they phoning me or sending me a WhatsApp.
But didn't you say they couldn't answer it?
No, they can decide if they want to answer it,
Oh.
but it was activated. So that means if it's been activated, it's been running for clients, but they cannot answer any questions on it because the questions was deleted
Okay. That's so
on the default one.
weird.
Yeah.
So is that sent out when, like after they function?
Yeah, 12
Automatically.
hours, 12 hours after departure.
Oh, that's terrible.
so,
Yeah, they
so,
probably be mad.
yeah.
Anyway, I didn't know that because I was sending them WhatsApps to follow up. So
Oh
sorry.
my
Gosh.
goodness. So let's now, like I said, this wedding profile is perfectly set to follow up on the quote. But then you should actually set up a next one to say if the quote is 5, 6 months old and I had no payment or response on it,
Yes.
move it into deleted status.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Then
Yes.
his CRM reminders, your CRM reminders won't look like this. Because if I go weddings now and I say for wedding profile, all the open ones. How many there are? 74 pages full. Because it's
Okay.
probably, here's deleted ones. Okay, so there's deleted ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
also
Yeah, but you see now,
deleting.
yeah,
At some stage, I didn't even know deleting existed.
yeah. Want to check this bookie? It's a 2019 one, that's why. I wonder, if that's a quote that didn't happen. Let me just check what's going on here.
Okay.
So weddings, was it under weddings if it was a birthday? Or open ones? Oh, see, so he went and he closed it. He had nothing to tell the system. Now go and put it in deleted status. Do you see here?
Yes.
So it's still on the reminders report because there was no action afterwards. So he followed up on the quote, but he didn't automatically from quote put it into deleted. This deleted was created manually.
Okay.
And it's all old quotes. I can see on the booking numbers, it's very old.
Okay.
You see now his report looks like a shambles. Hmm. It's all 2019. So what he did, he created that one to follow up, manually ended these bookings, okay, by putting them in deleted status, where the CRM was supposed to have a thing to say, if the quote didn't happen or the booking didn't happen, then close the CRM, put it in completed status, which he didn't do. Yeah, you can see here.
Okay.
But these still look like old booking numbers. Let's just make sure. Yeah, 2020. I'm on page 71. Page 70. I just want to go and make sure about the dates. Yep, 2020. So it can just come off the list. Otherwise, you'll have a report with 1,000 pages.
Okay.
This also looks like an old booking number. Yeah, 2021. So we've got a little bit of work next week in the venue setup. I can see that.
A little.
This is still old booking numbers. Yeah. Hmm. Let's see if I select more than one page. Old booking numbers. This looks like a new booking number. 2021. No.
She's not working with us anymore.
See, I think what Tony is maybe under the impression if it's deleted, it's off the system, you can never find it again. No, it doesn't work like that, okay?
Okay.
So these are all 2020 still. That's a bit of a bummer. I wonder if I can't do it for me faster on the back end. Yeah. Yo. But I see you do a lot of quotes, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I used to create 2 quotes and sometimes 3 depending.
Yeah.
But now I've learned that I can actually just change the same quote. So you can probably see in my newest quotes, there's only 1 quote for a customer.
Yeah.
Even though I've sent them 3, but it's on the same quotes anyway.
And these never, you see, the only resources were booked out. So it's not even bookings. It was quotes and you lost the quotes. It never turned into an invoice.
Okay.
No, old numbers. Just want to check the new numbers, what they start. They're all in the sevens, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Old numbers. Oh my goodness, Tony. Sorry, man. But I also think it gets so hectic with the building happening there and all the events happening there.
Yeah,
And
you guys
after
get busy.
COVID, yeah, yes. And then you don't get time to manage this. So that's why if you set up a follow-up quote, Leanne, you need to
Yes.
set up one. If a quote is 6 months old, make it 6 months. And I
Yes.
had no response or payment from it. Move it to deleted status. It's not gone. If Sunny then phones you and says, "Oh, we decided we want to get married at Riverside Castle," you can always find it under deleted. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Yeah, no, now
never
I know
gone.
that it's not gone.
Yeah.
It's just under a status.
Yeah.
It's
So
yeah.
clearly what you need here is you need a reminder so you can make a note of it. You need to set up a reminder after, let's say the quote is 6 months old, okay? And I had no payment and no confirmation. The status didn't change. Move it to deleted status.
Okay.
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 I'm gonna do it up until where I can see it's new bookings, reservation numbers.
Okay.
But it's good that we're doing this
Yes, no,
because otherwise you would just tag along and slip along and the stuff is not correct, you know? So let's
fix
fix
it.
it and get it nice and clean for you. But that's the first thing I will do if I'm you. I'll go and create another reminder to say 6 months times 24. So you work out 30 times 24. So it's about 720 per month times 6. So 4,320 hours. Close the quote and put it in the letter status. Then you won't have this.
Okay.
Because how long do you give them to accept the quote? Surely, if they come around and they come around for a site visit and whatever, no? Surely
Yes.
you follow up with them. The system now follow ups with them, and then if it doesn't changes into an invoice or they don't pay the deposit in the next 6 months, probably they've already selected another venue, isn't it?
Well, generally we follow up with them and we get our answer, whether
Yeah,
they're still taking their time or they're still looking at other venues or they've decided on a venue. We generally have our answer. So
yeah,
I didn't know what the protocol was after that. That you either say yes or no and we're like, okay, move on. I didn't know you have to go
yeah.
back to the system and be like, okay, delete the quote. It's not. That's your. That's generally how it happened. We don't.
So here's some new numbers. Let's see how old is this one. 2024. Fantastic. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to leave those ones open for you. So you've got quite a lot. And look, the system ran quite nicely. He followed up on the quote. But you can see some of them changed into invoice, but some of them didn't.
Yes.
But that's how you can now see a full and you can export it to Excel. I want to see what the export looks like now because they made some changes. But if you can set up the CRM, and if you make a phone call to them, but there's quite a lot,
Yes.
running in the system. But they're all new dates. Do you see here?
Yes.
You can also do this. That is what I would do. Yay! So these ones didn't happen because they're still in quote.
Okay.
So you can easily take it to Excel and then have the booking number and you can go and close the ones in QTP that's not going to happen because these are already past dates. Do you see that?
Yes.
I can't get married anymore unless they want to go back into the past and go and get married then. There's very old ones here.
Yeah.
Date is date. Why is there so many van Stratens?
That's me.
Oh, is that the username? Okay. There's the customer. I want to say, Jesus, how many times did this woman decide to get married?
100 times apparently.
Yeah, what fuck is this woman? She can't make up her mind or what?
Yes.
Okay, so there's the customer name. Okay, so
Maybe
it's,
my name will be there some points in my life.
yeah. Okay, so
But
you
to
can
happen now.
really, yeah, you can really go and you can manage it well from here because there's all your weddings. Then you can see all the active ones, still the new ones, and then you can filter it and you can easily find them. And then you can make a note here and you can say, found customer on this date and they going to get married at Cama France.
Okay.
Then you say, put the note in, complete it. If after you've done your whole list, follow up, save, and if you mark this completed one, it will just stop the CRM for them.
That's cool that we
Okay.
can actually put a note saying why they didn't go with us.
Yes, yes. And then put a full note. That's actually what the other wedding venues and conference weddings will do. They will come to the CRM. So now I'm phoning Leanne Gerda Buswawa and I'm saying, and she says, or she sends me a mail. But there's their mails as well if you want to email them. And she replies back to me and she says to me, sorry, we weren't interested because your menu was horrible. You take a whole email and you paste it in there.
Hmm.
And then you close the CRM, so the CRM will stop running for this booking. But then you can export your Excel spreadsheet. And Yaku says, why are we not changing all of these quotes? Or why did I select another venue? Or why did I do this? Why did I do that? Then you've got all your notes on your bookings.
Okay.
Okay. So you can either do it from here in your report, or the other coordinators, what I've seen, they make the note in here. CRM, and they create a note in here.
Okay.
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 See, there is already the quote sent out and it was marked completed status. So you can, while you're here in the booking and you phone them and you go down that way, you can make a note here and you can say action, create new note, put the note in here and then tick them completed.
Okay.
Okay. But that's a nice way to keep track of what's going on your bookings
Okay.
and have it on a report. So you can pull the report, put it in your name, and then you pull your report for your ones that you're responsible with. Are you only doing weddings or conferences as well?
Um. Well, Tony's doing conferences. I don't know the packages and
Yeah,
all of that. So generally, if there's a conference, I just pass it on to him.
yeah. So let's say we're looking for weddings and wedding profile and only Leanne and only the open ones. There's all your open quotes.
Okay.
So now when you phone them and you phone Gerda or you phone this person, there's their names. Okay, and you phone them, you make a note on here or they email you, you paste it in here and you tick it as completed and it will move to the completed status.
Okay.
Especially if they say, no, we're going to get married at Timbuktu now, or you're not getting married anymore, or whatever they say, you can paste it in there, or you make a note and say, on this day, I found them, and Melinda said she's not marrying the bastard anymore. She's going to stay single forever.
Okay.
So you can add the note in there, tick them completed. Then, when you want to, you can always come and say, for my weddings, wedding profile, you can do all as well. For Leanne, all my completed ones. And there's all your completed ones.
Okay.
And then you can still export it to Excel. And you've got notes in here. And Jaco's going to say, why didn't Landy Prinsloo come to us? What is wrong? Why are we not getting bookings? Why did Melissa van Jansen van Rensburg not come to us?
Okay.
Then your notes are in here.
That's perfect.
So that is how the other venues are managing it. And it can help you a lot, especially to see if you get the same, to say, no, your menu prices are too high or your venue hire is too high. Then when you export that and you filter and you see, I get more or less the same complaint all the
And
time.
that's like a regular
Or,
complaint
yeah,
sometimes.
some of friends keeps on beating me, or Venue Nouveau keeps on beating me, and they take all my business. So why are they getting all the, what are they doing different than us? So that's what
Mm,
CRM is also good for, to see if you leave notes in there, to see at the end, every quarter, pull a report and see why are we losing so many quotes? What's going on here? And if you get the same repeat action from clients saying, no, I didn't like your menu. No, your venue hire is too expensive. No, we're going to get married at Venue Nouveau. Then you know we need to change something or do something because we're losing too much business um, from the properties
yeah.
around us.
Luckily, we're not there.
Yeah.
Generally, well, it just
Look,
depends what clients you have. Some of them
yeah,
I've heard say then tell us that we're well priced, and
yeah,
others are like you're too expensive. So I'm just guessing it's
yeah.
the money they have.
But if you can start using this, I want to show you. I know she won't mind. It's a friend of mine. Let me just stop the recording. She won't like if I show her stuff on